Hello everybody, how's everyone doing? I'm Mega Kita. Okay, so finally and hopefully the end of this whole chapter to Johnny Somali, the Nuisance infamous Japan streamer, is that Japan court actually found him guilty and that he is to be fined in USD around $1,300 for creating disturbance in a restaurant live stream. But the funny thing is that there's quite a few things to cover on. There's quite a few things that we may have to discuss about. But the thing is, right, all in all, if you guys just want to know that all in a nutshell, yeah, basically that's what happened. So, basically, in regard is that he had been found for, like, in case anyone want to know who is Johnny Somali, in a nutshell, he's a nuisance streamer, or he called himself the prankster live streamer, where he go around in Japan saying a lot of the words called Hiroshima, Nagasaki, which is basically the two places that was one drop atomic bomb by the USA. But the thing is, right, it's more towards the point of that he's like seemingly saying that they are going to drop another atomic bomb on Japan, which is something very like, what the F is this guy trying to do? So he actually go around disturbing other local Japanese people, as well as creating trouble all around, and became so infamous that even Penguin Z0 and all other big YouTubers actually call him out for his action, but he did not learn his thing, and he got called out by even Yakuza or other infamous streamer in Japan, as well as creating a lot of problem to the point that he actually got himself a knockout punch in live stream and other stuff. So the thing is, right, it's actually very interesting about this whole sentencing around. So last time I covered the case where he can be confined, and that he will be, if found guilty, he will be sentenced to be jailed or prison in Japan, as well as being may and may not be fined. But the thing is, right, as for right now, the sentencing had been changed to a finding, which we'll discuss that on a while. But it's more towards the point that the prosecutor dropped quite a few other charges against him, probably because I feel like maybe that they don't have even if I say the evidence is on the gold platter to send to the police, but it's just that the prosecutor could only charge on one stamp, which I will discuss that in a while. So the thing is, right, all in all, as for right now, he had been found guilty, and Japan court, the judge actually say that that whatever he did in his live stream is considered as very miscellaneous. I don't know how to pronounce any words, but it's basically that he did it with bad intention. So because he did it with bad intention, Johnny Somali tried to push the blame to his fan. The funny thing is, right, basically when they say that when they decided to charge him for the disturbance in the restaurant by playing loud music and disturbing other customers, in a way they were able to catch and latch onto that as a main evidence, as the main charge for him. And the funny thing is that Johnny Somali tried to how to say this, say that the music was played automatically and that it was done by the chat in his live stream, meaning to say that whoever support him, right, now you guys are being thrown under the bus by Johnny Somali, the person who you guys don't know. So it's kind of ironic that he actually trying to push his brain. He's not going to take responsibility for his action, like he's blaming his fan for it, which I can see often more than not that this kind of YouTuber or streamer or kid streamer or whatever you want to call him, that yes, when he got in trouble, he blamed the fan. So how have we not seen this coming? Well, the thing is, right, if anyone who know about like Boogeyman or the Boogie, the guy, the big guy, or any other YouTuber, they always blame the fan for a lot of their content on their fan. I think another person who blamed the fan was the Mamba guy Nico Avocado, I think that was his name. Yeah, he also bring his friend. So the thing is, right, it's amazing that how many people try to support this streamer. I'm not saying that they should not support him. If they like his content, you want to support him, by all means go ahead. I'm not stopping anyone. It's just that right now he's bringing his fan in the Japan news right now. I'm going to just put up the link for you guys to read. Is the English link, so you all in the video description below. So the thing is, right, he actually in the Japan new article indicate that he blamed his fan for all the music that was played. He said that because it was set to play automatically by his fan. And the funny thing is, right, the judge actually just calling out and saying that you could have lowered the volume. And he couldn't rebuke that. The fan also can't rebuke that. It's like, if you could have lowered the volume, why do you not did it? So the thing is, right, because of that, he was found guilty. He was found chargeable. So all in all, the charge was set to be 200,000 Japanese yen. Again, like I mentioned, yen is not as big as you guys think. So basically, it's just basically 1,374.32 as of at the time of this recording. So on this day is 11 of January 2023. So the amount is not a lot. A lot of people deem it as a slap to the wrist. He could have been confined. He could have been jailed, sent to prison, all this thing. And along the line, like, I checked quite a lot of articles. Even one of my go-to source, Japan Today, indicating that he had faced criticism for his videos, made light of the atomic bomb, made racist comment, and the judge actually said that the defendant could have immediately, I mentioned as earlier, and that he actually is malicious. I don't know how to, oh, so sorry guys, I don't know how to pronounce this word, more than 3 syllable words, not for me. So the thing is, right, because of his action, a lot of people actually find that when he was like arrested, like after finally like a long period, it's not like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it's actually almost a year of terror of harassment done by him, almost a year of disturbance by him. And it also even happened when I was still in Japan before I moved out of Japan. So at the time, it's really interesting that how was he able to stay in Japan that long. Is a lot of people thought he was a terrorist or whatever. So it's actually kind of interesting that he was able to stay that very, very long. So now the thing is, right, as for right now, he is to be charged, and that since his visa is over, like his visiting visa is apparently that it had been expired quite a while during his confinement. So the thing is, right, as for right now, he is to be charged and pay for the punishment first, like the fee. He has to pay for the fee, and that he is to leave Japan the soonest possible. As for right now, that's what it seems based on the Japanese source. The one interesting thing is that what a lot of people is not aware, that once you got like charged in Japan, yeah, the thing is, right, there is no deportation in a way. It's just that they will try to send him away at the sooner possible, and I think he would also want to get out of Japan if he want to value his life. So the thing is, right, the entry ban to Japan is apparently set in a way that you guys might not be aware. And what does that mean? Well, when you ride a plane, or maybe take a boat all the way to Japan, well, technically you have to go through the immigrant center or even the custom in the airport itself. And one of the things that you have to highlight is that they will ask you, have you been criminally charged or have been charged for a case in Japan? Understand that right now this nuisance streamer had actually been charged in Japan for his action. So in a way, is that as for right now, it is similarly that if he leaves Japan, that is very unlikely for him to have a re-entry back to Japan again. So if he do get back in, he will either face deportation or he will get sent back on the airplane itself. And even if he's somehow managed to sneak in, they will just send him to jail. That will be because that will be considered illegal entry to Japan, and that is another different case of. So as for right now, a lot of people consider that the punishment is considered a little bit too light. 1,300 estimation USD dollar is by many people considered a slap to the wrist, due to the way he got a lot of fans, he got a lot of viewers, and that maybe he had earned quite a lump sum of money. So a lot of people actually deem it as a slap to the wrist. Like a lot of people actually wish that he got jail, he got like a lot of people say that he earned more than that, and that what a jail or a fine, no prison time, all these things. Like even there are quite a lot of people is saying like, why is it not? Well, the thing is, right, I mentioned this along the line that there is a case of up to a jail of up to 3 years, and that I only confirm the news about that is in Japan there is no stacking of imprisonment. So meaning to say that even if he got charged for 2 different cases, it's not like they are gonna jail him for the one on like let's say that he got charged for 2 different cases and all of found guilty. He only be jailed for the maximum amount. Meaning to say that if he jailed for like 3 years and another 3 years, in the end he's just gonna stay in Japan in jail for 3 years. That's the case. But it seems that one of the reason the prosecutor decided to drop quite a few cases and not charge him is that it may be that there are no one to stand up against him or witnesses to stand out and talk like stand trial for in regards to him. And because of that, there is not much evidence against him. Even though when I say that along the line that this idiot actually posts a lot of his live stream video online and that is being put on a golden platter to the police, but it seems that the prosecutor take it that is not enough, and I can see why. Because the thing is, right, when it comes to video, a lot of people can just deny their contents, and that as for right now, it's very hard to determine is it enough evidence to prove that the person the streamer is really chargeable for his or her action, because they can claim it as being doctor, meaning to say that it have been photoshopped or edited to make it as if to paint them in a bad light. So in a way is that as long as there is not a person who stand out to stand trial against him, the evidence that against Johnny Somali is not as strong as you guys think. So at the end of the day, the prosecutor was able to charge him for the confirmation of the disturbance in a restaurant. The other case where he trespassed a construction site, right? From what I learned, only reason is that I didn't kind of like talk about it because I haven't kind of confirmed the source, and I kind of like confirmed on that. And in Japan, with a Japanese source, is that the construction site decided to drop the case as they do not want to have any trouble with or involving him. So I can see why, because the thing is, right, a lot of Japanese people like Nendo sai na, montai no koto wa yamete na. Like basically what they meant is that if anything is troublesome or creating problem for themselves, they would not want it. So they will be like, just get it out of my hand. Something along the line, so they won't stand trial to kind of like go along the line. So that caused a lot of people to say they are mad about it. Why the prosecutor couldn't? It's actually not fully on the prosecutor's side. It's more towards the witness side or the person who can put up the charge. Because if the contradiction side choose not to put up the charge, the prosecutor could not put up the charge. That's how the law in Japan goes. So from how I look at it, it's just that they're taking it as that a child just trying to create trouble for them, and they just let him go in a way. So even though a lot of people are not very happy about that, the light punishment, but in a way it can be considered a good thing. Not saying that the punishment is enough. I am one of the few people who feel that the punishment may be considered a slap to the wrist or considered too light of a punishment, and which I'll discuss further. The thing is, right, in Japan, when there is no one enough to charge the case, you can not put out the charge. And the business, from what I look at, have confirmed is that the restaurant decided to put up the charge, and because of that, Johnny Somali is being convicted and found guilty for this action. And because he was being found guilty, like I mentioned beforehand, he is unlikely to return back to Japan again. The reason why I said very unlikely is because even though he got charged, there are rare cases where after criminal charge you can still return to Japan, but after a few period of time, I remember it was around 3 to 5 years period that you can't return to Japan within that time frame. But after that, they will let you return back. So as for right now, we do not know how long the ban for him to return Japan will be. It can be 3 years up to 5 years, or it can be up to 10 years, and there is even the case of permanently banned. As for right now, the statement is just basically that he is very likely to be unwelcome to Japan. That's the only source I can able to dig out. And in a way, it's considered quite a small win. I would say it's a big win. But a small win is still technically a win in a way. It's because that it means that within that time frame, Johnny Somali is not allowed in Japan, as well as that he will unlikely to cause any trouble for Japan within this time frame. And because of that, he is set to return to his country. I'm not sure which country he will be returning, because quite a lot of people are stating that he's a USA citizen, American citizen. So I'm just thinking that he'll be returning to USA for now. But with how people met him, I'm not sure whether will people actually go up to him and punch him in his face or something on the line in USA. I'm not sure, because I don't live in USA. Even though I got quite a few US friends, doesn't mean that I know USA very well. I never been there, I never lived there, I can't give my take on that. But as for right now, we can only see how things go for him. And if he chooses not to like return peacefully, meaning to say that he's paid for his own flight, taking a nice plane like economy or first class or business class or whatever class back on his own term, then there is a case of deportation. And anyone who know that deportation always take a long period of time, meaning to say that you'll be sent to the detention center first. And detention center have been very infamous in Japan because of the way they treat immigrants or foreigner people. And there was a case where there are cases where not just one foreigner, but foreigners die due to the poor treatment at the detention center. So the thing is, right, if Johnny Somali is wise and not knowledgeable enough, he would definitely choose the first option where he can live on his own term after paying the fine and just get out and never come back to Japan. Because if he get sent back on a deportation, it's not going to look good on him. So at the end of the day, it still depends on the choice he's gonna do, the thing that he'll be doing. And as for right now, there is no further news on what he's going to do from now. Hopefully his decision is just to return to his country and don't stay in Japan a day longer. The funny thing is, right, because his visa is already expired, so I'm gonna assume that Japan is going to allow him for maybe up to a month to prepare himself to return to his country. If not, he'll be faced overstaying charge. Overstaying in Japan is a chargeable crime. It's for foreigner, and it's a whole new different law already, because you'll be get sent to the detention center immediately. As for right now, like I mentioned, it's just speculation. It's still understanding up to this point of time. But again, back to the point, like a lot of people are still not very happy about the punishment in a way. So I don't think it's a bad thing, because if he had been found guilty, it will. I mean, like, if found guilty, it's very unlikely for him to return to Japan, because you have to declare that you have been charged in Japan. And once you reach the airport, if they found that you have been charged once, they will send you away. Like, you won't get to enter Japan through the custom anymore. You will just get sent back through the airplane that you come through, and then you have to return to the country that you fly from. So it's really kind of interesting that how this whole thing have finally been put to a kind of like a closure. Not sure still anymore what the thing will be, but to me, I feel like it is considered a thing. Like, the prosecutor couldn't put up a charge against him. It's kind of weird. I know a lot of people say like the prosecutor couldn't put up, but the thing is, if you think about it, right, him getting locked out in jail might be a good thing and a bad thing, because the thing is, right, often more than not, not every foreigner get sent to jail in a country, because in a way you have to understand that it can cause some backlash. Even if the person gets sent to jail, will be celebrated by many, including me myself. But the thing is, right, if I put up the skill and put up the balance and look at the whole picture in a way, I can see why the police may not want to cater him in jail, because they have to cater and take care of him in a way, and then and once he get out, he'll be sent back to this country and everyone will celebrate his release or something along the line, like who knows. That's why from how I look at it is that they want to send him out of Japan as soon as possible, knowingly that his passport has expired. So basically his visa expired, not the passport. I'm not sure about the passport though. The thing is, right, since his visa expired, they are trying to send him away, and hopefully he won't be able to return to Japan anytime soon. So that's why I'm seem to look at the case. Now, does the punishment seem too light? The thing is, right, in the Japan source, the prosecutor saying that they want to have the they want to convince him, like convict him in a way. So I believe that maybe, just maybe, that if they put up, like if they say that send this guy to the prison, the judge may not accept such punishment, and that if such case, they might not even cite him as guilty at all. It's because they put up a light punishment, it is easily able to set him to be found guilty. That's what it seems. So in a way, they are trying to convict him, like trying to make him found guilty and then send him away so that he will not be able to come back to Japan anytime soon. So that's what it seems to me. And I know a lot of people will be saying like if you want to have people to discourage from being a nuisance or creating trouble in Japan, trying to dissuade your own country nuisance streamer, there is actually Meiwaku Haishin, which basically means nuisance streamer in Japan, as well as foreigner like in the past Logan Paul, Johnny Somali, the recent one, as well as like who was the one that take the free flight? I cover him, I can't remember him. This is one of the reasons why I told you guys that when I don't like a person, I don't remember them. So the thing is, right, all the nuisance streamer, or even I think we'll start with F-Vidia or something along the line. I don't know. I mean, like, if any nuisance streamer found guilty, right, in a way they are not welcome in Japan. That's what it seems in a way. So if found guilty, right, what they're trying to prove is that if found guilty, they are not going to be welcome in Japan, and that in the case found guilty, they if gone through the case, right, if they go through the custom, they will be rejected entry. Rejecting entry into the Japan is quite a big thing, because it means that they can't create any more content related to Japan. And in a way, I find that it might be a possible an appropriate punishment in a way, because it means that they help to kind of dissuade people from going to Japan, because if found guilty, you are going to get convicted and that you can't create any more content related to Japan. And the thing is, right, a lot of people saying along the line, they should have given more fine. Like the fine can be up to 3,000-4,000 USD or even more. They should have charged him way more for such being a nuisance, especially like this streamer have been causing issue not once, not twice, but almost a year. So at the end of the day, a lot of people taking it that is too light of a punishment. But if you look at the whole picture, that he is no longer welcome in Japan, and that he'll be rejected entry into Japan, I think that is quite a good thing. Now, the one thing I have an issue with the prosecutor though in the Japan, where they actually say that they want to like dissuade other streamers. Like I mentioned, if you put up too light of a punishment, it won't dissuade other people. Other people will still try to create nuisance stream or video in Japan, there will be some people doing so, and I believe they will be well aware of it, and that they will still do it because they know that all they will get a punishment is just a slap to the wrist. They just need to pay $2,000 USD, and then they will be set free. So it's really frustrating because a lot of people, including me myself, that they should get prison time, get jail, so that if in the case that people feel like they want to do nuisance stream in Japan, then you have to face the consequences of being jailed in Japan. But on the other hand, because prosecutor wanted to at least convict the streamer, and that once convicted, that you'll be kind of like banned from Japan in a way. So I can see a lot of sides, like both sides still seem very, very strong. Like if they want to create more content in Japan, they are no longer able to do so, because doing so mean that they will be chargeable in a way, because if you enter Japan illegally, it is considered trespassing, and you'll be sent to the detention center, and there is another whole new treatment and different law though. And anyone who still not aware, I would suggest you guys go and check it out yourself, do your own research, and see if if you even consider want to think about entering Japan illegally. I do not recommend that. So anyway, all you know, what do you guys feel about this? Do you think that is it a good news to be celebrated, or do you think that this is too loud of a punishment? Personally, to me, there is both sides stand strong. The scale is very, very balanced, like too balanced in a way that I can't say that who is right, who is wrong. But I would take it as a win, because if once Johnny Somali is found guilty and he's banned from Japan, I think at least we won't have to face any issue about him creating issue in Japan, unless he decided to go back to USA and decided to create issue about USA. Then that will be a whole new issue for US to handle such a case. But for me, I think, like, personally for me, I think is something that we should put a closure to hold this thing, because personally to me, I do not want to cover about him a lot. I know I've been covering him quite a lot of time. I've been covering a lot of his case. Will I put out all his past video that I covered? Yes, you can check it all in the description below. It's all down there. But I really hope that we'll not be seeing him anytime soon in Japan, as well as causing problem in Japan. But knowing Johnny Somali, it's very hard to know, but we'll see how it goes first. If there is further update, I will still update you guys. But as for right now, if you guys like this kind of video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat, where I normally upload video that never follow a single trend. And if you don't like it and you want to press the dislike button, I know quite a lot of people who don't like who support Johnny Somali or don't like my video, love when I cover him and just press the dislike button for some reason. Yeah, if you don't like this kind of video, just go to the watch history, just go to right click the video that you have watched it, and right click it and just remove from history. You will never see me again. But either way, to everyone who watched it, hope you guys all have a nice day or night. Bye.